Hi. Happy Sunday, April, what does Mr. Rogers say? April 19th. It's very important if you ask for help. If you need help, just ask for it, Mr. Rogers. So, it's kitchen day. Isn't that exciting? Today, I want to see if you, I'm going to use my smelly markers, if you can make a staff and notes out of food. So what is a staff, my little chickens? This smells like apple. Is that right? Don't you love scented markers? Okay, a staff, first of all, what is this I speak? In music, just in general, people like to create. Sometimes they like to draw. Sometimes they like to play instruments on someone's head. Sometimes they like to sing. So about 1,000 years ago, people said, let's find a way that we could write this down so that we can share with other people our beautiful ideas. So one thing that has evolved is that we take those notes and those sounds that we made with our voice, la la la, me, 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 yeah, the windows didn't crack. And we use notes to identify that sound, blah, 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 Perryman, and we put those notes on a staff. That way you can show your friends the songs that you wrote about your favorite chicken nuggets. So this is a staff. Note the 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. This is called a staff. Did you see the pasta? You know what I'm going to do with it. Don't tell anybody. Okay, so there's your staff. That is a staff. Okay, now if this is like regular paper, right? But if I had a music book, it would be made up of these lines, a staff. And on that staff, we put a note. A note represents a sound. I'm going to use a whole note. You know there's all different types of notes, right? We have to know what letter they are and how long they are. Letter, long. Letter, long. Okay, so I'm going to use a whole note today. Can you predict what I'm going to do? All right, so I'm going to put a whole note on the lines of the staff. Notice the line goes in the middle of the whole note. How many whole notes will I have? You always start bottom up with counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 notes. There are 5 notes because there are 5 lines. What's in between? What would you call that area? That open area. We call it a space. So I'm going to put a note on those spaces. Do you notice that those notes have nothing in between it? Isn't that exciting? 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are spaces. Space. Okay? And these are lines. So on this staff, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 notes and 5 lines and 4 spaces. Are there notes above and below? Yes, there are. But if you get through elementary school and you know the notes like this, you're in good shape. Next week in our kitchen class, we're going to talk about the letters of the notes. Now, some of you older kids are like, I know that. I've been playing that since I was 5. Well, good for you. Anyway, so now we are going to make one of these out of pasta and my particular favorite chorizo. So, how many of these am I going to need? 1. What am I making? 2. The bird says hi. What am I making, guys? Did you say staff? You're right. 3. Is that enough? Raise your hand if you think that's enough. It's not enough because in order to make a staff, which is the system we put notes on, you need 5 of them. Okay? And here is 5. Now try not to eat it or let your dog eat it, or your brother or sister, or your mom or your dad, your grandma. That's Steph. See that? It's Steph. Okay? That's one of the plural of that word that means more than one would be staves. If you were on like that brain show, they might ask you the plural, then you'd be like, Perryman told me. You better say that. Oh, okay. So on that staff, we're going to put notes. Should eat some meatballs. I won't eat it. On the lines. So here's a note. Here's a note. Let's leave a little space. These are going in my mouth very soon. Here's a note. What kind of notes are these? Whole note. Not full note. Whole note. We just put a whole note. That's so exciting. Hercules. We just put it on lines. This one, next week, we're going to talk about the letters of it. Wonder what food we'll use for those letters. We'll have to think about that. Perhaps some sort of candy item. Anyway, those are notes. There's one in each line. What about the notes? Notice that this should go, these spaghetti should go, oh, that spaghetti got very sad with me, should go through each of the notes. See? Okay. Now, we're going to put notes on the 4 spaces. There's 5 lines and 4 spaces. Yummy! In my tummy. Yes, smart little chickens, you could have notes above and below, but we have notes just on the staff today. And so it is. Remember last week out of our popcorn, it was 2 weeks ago, we made treble clef. Treble clef would go over here, because that would tell you the GPS, that would tell you where the notes are, in what town. Is it Michigan? Is it Florida? You tell your location. So here are our notes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 all together. We have how many on the lines? 5, and we have 4 on the spaces. Actually, we only have 5. We're going to get a different one. Sorry, I tried to do it, and I'm talking with my mouth full. Have a lovely day. Take care.